Hi everyone, welcome back. We're in the Birmingham Drum School. I'm Tim and I'd just like to talk to you about whether you should buy a drum kit straight away if you've just started drumming or having lessons. And the answer is, well, not really. You can just use a chair, some pillows, some books and a table, as long as you've got a pair of drumsticks to start off with. If you do want to go the next step up, you can go to your local music store and get a practice pad. It's a rubber pad, doesn't make a lot of noise, but it does give you a bit more bounce. So, if not one of those, you can invest in a snare drum. So here we have a standard snare drum. You will of course need a stand to go with it and a pair of drumsticks. A lot of people just play snare drum and they absolutely love it. So that's one way to start off. Of course, if you want the real deal, you can maybe splash out on an acoustic drum kit. And these range from £200 or £300 to maybe £2,000 or £3,000 depending on your budget. If you do start with a starter or a budget drum kit, make sure that you get the right one or the right size for whoever's playing it. So if you're a parent buying for your child, then, and they're only 3 or 4 years old, of course you need to make sure that you get a much smaller drum kit. We have a small 18-inch bass drum down here that's come from a jazz kit. So they're much smaller drums, still real, not a toy kit, but a realistic drum kit. So maybe have a look at those. The next step up would be a fusion drum kit, has a 20-inch bass drum, 10, 12 and 14-inch toms, and then the rock sizes that you tend to get are 22-inch bass drum, 12, 13 and 16. So just check those sizes when you're buying, make sure you're buying the right drum kit for whoever's playing it. So now, if this is too noisy and you've got neighbours and you're conscious of noise, then there is one thing you can do. You can put pads, rubber pads that just sit on the drums, and they'll ensure that you can still practice, but of course you're not disturbing too many people. And when you know that everyone's out, you can take those pads off and you can play as loud as you want. If that's still not an option, of course, then you might want to have a look at the electric drum kit. Again, they start at about £200 or £300 and they go up again to the flagship models of £2,000 or £3,000. We've got an older model here and it's very compact, very lightweight. You can fold it up, tuck it behind the sofa if you need to. It has some really cool features. Of course, it makes very little sound. And you can play that all night with your headphones on, and it sounds great. So you really should go down to a music store and check these out and get on them and play them, and you'll see that they sound great. Also, it has some other features in there. You can play along with some backing tracks and some MP3s and that sort of thing. And a lot of the top-end drum kits have USB kind of functionality as well. So go and check those out. That's a good, viable option. The only thing is, if you buy an acoustic kit, you have to work that a little bit harder and it's a little easier on the electric kits. So bear that in mind. If you go from an electric kit to an acoustic, you'll have to play and work a bit harder. But for now, of course, go and check these out. If you want to know how to set up an acoustic kit, you can watch our next video. We're going to unbox a small starter kit and set it all up properly so you can see exactly how we're going to do that. And later on, we're going to do the same for an electric kit as well. So check back with us soon, and happy drumming. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more, head on over to timtandler.com. The website has a number of videos designed to help you play the drums. From beginner to advanced, you'll find something to suit you. Look at the free video section, grab your sticks, and let's play the drums together.